Sometimes life's most profound moments happen in the most sterile of places, like hospital. Room 304, where I sat beside my best friend, Sarah. The rhythmic beeping of machines had become our daily soundtrack, a constant reminder of how precious our time together was. I remember the day she told me about her diagnosis. We were supposed to meet for our weekly coffee catch-up, but instead, I found myself in that stark white hospital room. Stage 4 cancer, they said. A few years at best. The words hit like a thunderbolt, but Sarah, she just smiled, that signature smile of hers, and said, "Well, guess we better make these years count, huh?" And make them count, we did. We turned that dreary hospital room into our own little universe. I brought in fairy lights, photos from our adventures, and even snuck in her favorite chocolate milkshakes, against hospital policy, of course. The nurses pretended not to notice. We spent hours reminiscing about our college days, planning imaginary trips we'd never take, and laughing at inside jokes that only made sense to us. Sarah had this way of making even the darkest moments feel lighter. Even when the pain was at its worst, she'd still ask about my day. Still worry about whether I was eating properly or getting enough sleep. I watched as the seasons changed outside her window. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring again. Each day, the disease took a little more of her physical strength, but somehow her spirit only grew stronger. She taught me more about living in those final years than I'd learned at all my previous ones combined. The last few days were different. We both knew, but neither said it out loud. Instead of our usual chatter, we just sat together in comfortable silence, holding hands. I'd read to her from her favorite books, or we'd watch the sunset paint the sky in colors that seemed especially vivid, as if nature itself was putting on a show just for her. On her final day, she turned to me and whispered, "Thank you for making these years feel like a lifetime." Those words, they'll stay with me forever. You see, people often talk about how friendship can change lives, but what they don't tell you is how it can make even the hardest goodbyes feel like beautiful memories in the making. Sarah might have left this world, but she taught me that true friendship doesn't end with the last breath. It lives on in every smile, every memory, and every life lesson learned along the way. Sometimes I still bring chocolate milkshakes to room 304. The nurses don't mind, they understand. Because they know, as I do, that love stories aren't just about romance. Sometimes they're about two best friends, a hospital room, and moments that last forever in your heart.